Hi lads, so I'm going to put together another quick video just to go through the example, the pulley example that we covered in class the last day. So again, this is just practicing the revolve feature, and there's a few cuts. So there's a cut here and then pattern it, and then a cut here and then pattern it. I'll also touch on this. Now I know I didn't get to cover this in class, but again we'd covered the shared sketch in previous lessons. We hadn't covered the slots, so I'll just touch on that feature as well before the end of this video. So we'll start on this. So this view here is our front view, and we have a section view for the view on the right. So you see this line here, AA, and again this is that's a section view, so it's as if you'd cut straight through the part, and this is what you're looking at. So again, this crosshatch area here and here indicates that it's a section view. So for the most part we'll be focusing on this view for the drawing of the first segment that we'll be revolving, both these views. So this is the section view across the center of this. This then is a detail view. So if you see this C here, this corresponds to this view here, and the C is, this view is everything that's inside of this rectangle here. So it's all here. Now again, the detail view is just, it's blown it up to make it easier to dimension and to make it clearer. So to start with, listen, let's just open the program and we'll start with that. So I have two center lines. I'll just start that again. Don't save. So we're going to go into, if I can get to it, we're going to go into new part, and we're going to click sketch, and we're going to click on the front plane. So first off, I'm just going to draw two center lines about the origin. So I'm going to click line, center line, and again, just to do this slightly different from the way we do it in a class, I'm just going to draw these away from it. So that's one vertical one, and then just going to draw a second vertical one here. Now that is after doing something that I don't want it to do. So this relation is after automatically coming on, which I don't want, so I'm just going to delete that. Just left click, delete. So what I want to do is I want the midpoint of this line to be on the origin. So again, I just click the line, I just click the line, hold control, click the origin, and click midpoint. And I'm going to do the same with this one. So click the line, click the origin, hold control, click the origin, and click midpoint. So the two of these are locked to the midpoint. Now it should be fully defined in your sketch as well. If not, you may need to dimension these center lines. So that's our starting block. So let's go back to the sketch. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw, because this is a revolve, we want to draw half of this part. So basically we're going to draw from this center line, we're going to draw this top half, draw this section view here, and then we're going to revolve it around the center line, around the origin of the part, and that should create, that's the bulk of the work done for this part. So again, the first edge that we need to draw is going to be the outside edge of this center hub. So we don't want, again I'm jumping from view to view here, but we don't need this center. So the first line we're going to draw, again jumping back to this view, is going to be the outer edge of this circle here. So that's the first line I'm going to draw. To draw that, it's diameter 50, so it's going to be, we don't even need to know what half of it is. We'll go through that in SolidWorks. So, and again, sorry, just to mention as well before I go back to SolidWorks, we're going to draw this as a rectangle first, and then we're going to trim the bits off it. I just find it easier. You can draw it using lines, so you could draw a line here and trace it all around if you want. That's perfectly fine as well. Just for me, I'm just going to start with a rectangle. So I'm going to minimize this for a bit, and again, I mightn't jump back between this too often. I'm going to assume that you have the sheets in front of you. So let's start with our I'm using the center rectangle. So click center rectangle and deselect it. Click your center rectangle. I want the center of it to be on this line, so I'm going to snap it to that. I'm just going to pull it anywhere there, to be honest, and then I'm going to dimension it. So again, I'm just going to go to dimension. Now that center hub, that center hole through the pulley is a diameter 50. So if I click, instead of having to split it, we know it's 25, but again, there could be more difficult ones ahead. So if we click this line, click the center line and just pull it past, you'll see this pop up. So I'm going to put in 50 here, and that's that one. The width of it is 20. So listen, I'll just jump back to it for a second. So the width of the pulley is 20, you'll see that here, and the outside, the top edge of it here, so the overall width of the pulley is 300. So I'll put those two dimensions in. So the width of it is 20. I'm going to pull that up to the top. I'm going to put it way out here. So that's 20. And then the overall, so if I click that top edge, click the center line, it knows that I'm going for a revolve. So just click here and put in 300. And we're done. Now I don't want that inside the middle of the part, so I'm just going to click it and pull it up past it. So let's try and go a bit deeper into the view here. So that's that first edge. I have the outer edge. Now I just need to put in all these cuts, all these segments. So I need to, it's easier to see them in this view here. So this edge is going to be the next line that I'm going to draw. So again, you'll have to jump between views. You'll see that this edge here, so the outer edge of that hub, comes straight across, and that's it here. So 45 is going to be where I'll start that line. I'll just draw that little line. So we'll go back in, click here, and I'm going to just draw that little line there. Not going to dimension or anything. I want to mention the length of it anyway, and that's from, again, I'm not in dimension, so I'll just click smart dimension and dimension that. Now you can leave it here at 45, or you can continue with the kind of center dimensions, and I'll put 90 here. Again, you can use 45 if you want. So that's that little section there. So just go back to the view again. So that little line is what I've just drawn. Now I'm going to go across to this view, because the remainder dimensions I need are here. They're all in this view here, so I can focus on this one view from now on. So I'm going to draw everything you see, basically. Anything that isn't cross sections is actually, it's cut out. You can see it. I suppose it's easy to see when you have the 3D view here, but again, from the cross section that we've taken, we know that this isn't in the part. We know that this is a cut. So I'm just going to draw the two of these, left and right. So dimension 5 and dimension 80, and they're symmetric about the origin here. So let's just jump back. I'm still on dimension this, so I just hit escape, and I'll finish these two. I'll finish this off. Now, the problem here is that's kind of close to that line, so I'm just going to go into the select tool and pull it away from it, just in case it gets problematic. So I'll just draw these lines here. That's that one, and then this is this one. No, we've drawn too much there, so I'm just going to delete that one out of it. Right, so I'll put in dimensions on one side, and then we'll go backwards. So this is 5. This is 80. So that's this side constrained. So now I'll just use relations to finish it off. So if I click this edge, click this line, hold control, click the center line, click this line, and symmetric. So that's that line locked. So these two I want to make them collinear, so I click this line, hold control, click this line, collinear, so that's that one. And for this one then, I'm just going to pull it up a small bit. I've clicked left click on this line, hold control, click this line and click collinear. So that's two of them done. So I'm going to trim these away. Where is my trim? I think I might have exited the sketch there by mistake, so I've just clicked into features by mistake. Right, so I'm still in sketch mode because exit sketch is there, so that means I'm still in it. I'm going to trim away these bits of lines because I don't need them. So I'm just going to left click and hold, trim this and trim this. Okay, so that's went too quickly there, that's a different one. So that's these two sections put in here. Now I need to put in this V shaped here for the pulley. So yeah, let's just do it. Back into my sketch. So I'm just going to zoom in here. I'm just going to draw, click line and then just roughly draw the shape. So it's something, just something like that, I think. And again, all the dimensions are 3. So if I go dimension from this point to this point, it's not coming up for me, so I'll right click, smart dimension, this point to this point is 3, this section here is 3, and this point to this point is also 3. So again, just what I did there, I was lazy to type in the 3, so I just clicked it. Yeah, so what's next? So I want to make this point, this line, I want the center of it to be at the center of this center line. So I'm just going to hit escape to that and pull it slightly, if it'll pull across, just to make it look closer to what I need. So I'm going to click this point, click this line, click that point and click symmetric. So that's that bit done. So where are we going? We go back to the sketch for the dimensions again. So okay, I need this dimension here, so it's not on this. I don't have a dimension for where that line is. So if I go back to this view, you'll see that the inside edge of that V is 130. So I'm going to put that on it. Again, I'm just rolling the wheel of the mouse there to zoom in and out. It's good practice to get used to it, I suppose, really, because we will be using it a good bit for dimensions, or sorry, we will be using it a good bit when we go at assemblies. So again, I'm talking over myself. I've clicked that line, I've dimension on it, click that line, click the center line, and I want that at 130. So you'll see that that's fully defined. Lovely. So I'm just going to trim away the bits I don't need. I don't need this section here, so I'm just going to click trim away that, and that's it. That's exactly what I have here is, it's this top half. It's the top half of this view. So now I have a view that I have a fully enclosed sketch that I can revolve around the center line. So let's do it. Yeah, exit sketch. Now this will probably come up automatically, but let's see. So lovely, it didn't. So it didn't pick. Sometimes it will know automatically that this contour, this closed sketch, is what I want to revolve around the origin, but it didn't in this case, which is good for us. So you'll see here that this is highlighted. So this is the axis of revolution. So the first line that I click is going to be my axis of revolution, and then SolidWorks will probably automatically select this because it's the only closed sketch that's in. It's the only closed sketch that's in the previous sketch that I've drawn. So again, this is highlighted, so I'm going to click axis revolution, and it did. It knew what sketch I wanted to revolve. So you see that there again. Blind is fine for this one. I want to go on the full 360, and I click OK to that. So that's the revolve part. That's the revolve feature completed. So next we'll go with these pockets, these equi-space pockets through. So for this, we just need to draw this sketch and then pattern it around the center. So let's just take a look. So it's 10 in from this center line. It's 10 up from that center line, I thought. Is there a dimension on it? There isn't. So again, there should be a dimension on that, but it's missing. So we'll take it that it's 10. And again, they're equi-space, so it has to be 10. So anyway, listen, that dimension really, it should be on it. So we're taking that as 10, taking this as 10, and it's equi-spaced. So that means they're equally spaced. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm kind of going over myself. Anyway, 10, and this radius here, this outside edge is 110, and this inside radius here is 60. So, and the fillets, where are the fillets? Yeah, the fillets are here. So they're 10. The radius 10 fillets on that as well. So let's go into it. I'm going to click on sketch. I'm going to click on sketch here, and I'm going to click on the face that they're going through. So they're going through this face here. Now I'm going to hit spacebar. Again, if you like the cube to come up, sometimes it is easier if you wanted to get a nice isometric view. Just select it here. For this, I don't need it, so I'm just going to deselect that. And this normal to, again, we've covered it a bit in class, but this is normal to, so that'll automatically rotate the part to look at the view, to look at the sketch that we've just started. So I'm looking directly at this face now. So I'm just going to draw this pocket here. So let's start with the circles, or the arcs. I don't know what's happened here. Hit escape to that. So circle, start in the center. That's one of them. That's another one of them. So I'm just going to dimension. This one was 110, so it's a diameter of 220. And then this one was 60, so it's a diameter of 120. I'm writing that, am I? Yeah. Okay. So also, just to make it easier to dimension, I'm going to snap the center line. So I only need it out as far as the line I've just drawn. So I'm just going to snap it there. Snap it there. That's one center line. And then snap it from here to here. And hit enter there again. And just right click, select. So again, I'm still fully defined. So right, let's put in those lines. So that's going to snap it there hopefully, and then I want it vertical, so I'm just going to drop it straight down. That's one, and I'm going to start another one, and I'm going to snap it to here and here, and that's that one done. So 10, I said enough when I was describing it. So this here to here is 10, and here to here is also 10. Okay, so let's trim away everything we don't need. So if I go into trim, and I'm going to zoom in. Be careful, don't trim away bits that you actually need. So just zoom in to make sure you get it right. So left click and hold, and eventually pull it across. Put it across here, here. Don't need this, 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 and here, and here. Don't need this either. So I know I've told you to put the fillets I know I said leave the fillets out of the sketch and use them as features, but for this one we're going to put them in. Just this sketch is going to be revolved 4 times, so rather than, I can revolve the fillets if I need to, but listen, let's just put them in here just for a change. So I'm just going to click fillets, 10mm fillets, and I'm just going to put them on here, here, and here, and click OK. Now if I just go back to the sketch for a second, there's 2 circular patterns here. So for this one I'm going to just show you the sketch pattern, and then in the next one for these I'll pattern them using the feature pattern. So let's just pattern this sketch. So if I go up here to, I'm finished with the fillets, just click OK. So circular sketch pattern and entities. So where am I? Entities. This is, first off, this is highlighted, so again just look across. This is asking me for the center point. This is asking me for the point that I want to rotate everything about. So for that I'm clicking the origin, so that should have selected. Maybe I need to hit the entities to pattern first. So if I just go in here, entities to pattern, so I want this fillet, I want this line, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Oh yeah, and this one. So you'll see it's automatically picked that point. If it hadn't, again, SolidWorks 9 times out of 10 it does these things intuitively. It assumes what you want. Sometimes it'll assume, more often than not it'll assume correctly, but you need to double check. You need to be careful. Like if I just delete that out of it and I could click this point, it'll pattern them about that point. So just be careful. This is where you go to, if something goes wrong, come across to the feature tree. So check your parameters just to make sure it's picked the correct point. So again, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to put it back to where it was the first time because it was correct. And 360, it's already on 4, equal spacing, and that's it. So click OK to that, and fully defined, so exit sketch, and let's just cut those out. So if I go to features, extrude a cut, and it's automatically picked the 4 that I wanted. If it was a case that you only wanted 2 of them, if you only wanted this one and this one, well, if you did, you wouldn't have patterned that many times. But just let's just put them in anyway, again just for trial. So I delete this out of it, out of the sketch contours, double click in here again, and you'll see I can pick. So if I pick this one and this one, just click OK, it'll just cut these 2. So I actually want 4, so I'm just going to go back in, right click, edit sketch, or edit feature, sorry, and then select the contours, click into this box, click these 2, didn't click that one, and click OK. So that's those 4 pockets put in. So back to the sketch. So that's these 4. What's next? So next is this. Need to put in the teeth, the slots for the teeth of the spline. So again, this is another detail view here, because that'd be very small to be dimensioning and detailing. We've created a detail view over here. So this circle, everything inside in this circle is view E, and it's over here. So all I need to do is I need to put in one of these, sketch one of these, cut it out, and then I can pattern it about the origin. So again, the last one we used the sketch pattern, this one we're just going to use the feature pattern. So let's just take note of the dimensions. The width of it is 10, the outer, and this is a radius. You see that this is R35. Don't draw it as a straight line. This is a radius, so be careful about that. This is radius 35, and just this dimension here is showing that it's symmetrical about this center line. So let's start. Let me go back in here, and we're going to start a new sketch. Sorry, let's start a new part. We're going to click sketch, and we're going to sketch on this face here. And again, I'm just going to hit spacebar and hit this normal to look directly at it. So what do I do? Just to show you the convert entities again, I'm going to need part of this inside edge. So for this, I need to have a closed sketch for this tooth to cut it out. I can't just have 3 lines here and cut it. It has to be a closed sketch to be able to perform the extruded cut. So I'm going to be using part of this inside edge. So for that, I'm going to click convert entities. Click convert entities. Again, this is frozen for a second. I'm just going to click into that again, just so that just click X there. So click convert entities. So you'll see my little dialog box has popped here. So select faces, edges, or sketch entities to convert. So I just want this edge. So I click that. You see edge 1 has come up. That's all I want. I don't need any of the rest of it. And click OK. So now that edge has come, it's been brought forward and put onto the sketch that I've just started, this sketch that I'm working with now. So again, I'm going to put in my center lines. I don't even need, I'm only going to put 1 in because that's all I need. So I'm just going to put in this one. So that's just that one. And again, fully defined. So I need a circle with a radius of 35, so diameter 70. So again, just click that there anywhere. Dimension it. So radius 35, diameter 70. And what do we need next? A line. So go across the line again. Just for that wheel, I'm right clicking and holding and just moving it slightly. So straight up is dimension, left is line, right is circle, and that's rectangle again. I don't want rectangle, I want line. So that's just a quicker way of doing it. You don't have to use it. So that's my line there. We go for another line. Again, you'll see for some reason when I click the inside one, SolidWorks in all its knowledge has decided that I want a tangent constraint, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to delete it. Click it. Just click it. You'll see there that this coincident one is fine because it just means that the end point of that line is always going to be on that circle. That's just coincident. So the circumference of that circle and the end point of that line are always going to be coincident. That's all that means there. What I don't want is tangent. So I'm going to click that and delete it. And that allows me to move that point free of that tangent constraint. Tangent constraint is gone. So this line I want it to be vertical. So click the line, go across to the left, click the vertical relation. And again, I want it to be, these to be symmetric. So I'm just gonna, just for a change, left click and hold. Don't left click and hold. If you left click in that corner, just left click and pull it, and you'll see the box comes. And pull it to the left. And that's highlighted my 3 lines. And click symmetric. So they're going to be symmetric forevermore. And the dimension. So I'll dimension this here to here. And I'm just going to pull it out here just to make it easier to see, and that was 10. Now trim away everything I don't need. So click the trim command. Power trim is all we ever should need. Left click and hold, so just pull it. Nothing else there. Yeah, that's it. That's everything. I just need this cut. So just click OK. Still fully defined. So we can exit the sketch. And you'll see that our sketch is here. So where am I going? Features. Extruded cut. And click a plane. So again, it's asking me to click a plane. Just click an edge of one of them edges, and hopefully it'll automatically select. So I want to go through all, and that's my cut. So let's pattern it. Just quickly go back and see if we're missing anything. No. So that's the tooth I've just drawn. Now I just need to pattern it 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 is 6, yeah. and again the view is saying by 6, so that detail view here, if you come across here, it's by 6, so everything dimensioned in it is by 6 around. So let's pattern it. Where are we going? Up here. So we're still here. Obviously we're still here. We're gonna go up into the pattern, not linear pattern, drop down box, circular pattern. So what I'm gonna do is just take a quick look across here. So it's asking me for features to pattern. So I want to pattern this too. So if I just click in, again, zoom in to make sure you're not clicking an edge or something you don't want to be clicking. Zoom in to make sure you click a face. So click that face. No, it's picked it. So that's selected there. It's selected that cut that I've just drawn. I need to pick a center. So this is my origin. So pattern or pattern axis. Click in here. So again, you'll see the box is highlighted, and just click that face. So that's going to pick the center of that face. So that's, and again, for some reason it knows I wanted 6. So again, six instances, equal spacing, 360 degrees. So it's going to full revolution. So that's exactly what I want. Now before I do that, just to show you this, which might be useful for one of the continuous assessment examples, it will, it not might, it will, instances to skip. So if I wanted 4 teeth, but I didn't want this tooth here and this tooth here, I just wanted these two and these two, it'd be an odd shape. But anyway, if I just click, so just to show you that again, so that's what I want. I want the full 6, I want them equally spaced, but I don't want these two, for example. So if I go into instances to skip, you'll see here. So before you actually make the pattern of cuts, go into this instances to skip. So you'll see that this box is now highlighted, and then just come across and click the points. So click that and click that. So that's deleted them. So it's going to keep the equi spacing for 6, but it's just not going to make these 2 cuts. So I'm just going to click OK to that, and you'll see it's made those 4. So again, for this example I want 6, so I'm just going to right click on it, just go to the circular pattern, right click, edit the feature, and delete these. So I actually do want them, so delete these 2 out of this and click OK. So that's those. Okay, back to the sketch. So that's the 6 of them, 4 pockets, the revolve. I just need my chamfers and fillets and I'm done. So again, always keep the chamfers and fillets to the end of the part, end of the feature tree. So R1 typical. That typical means that every fillet on that sketch is going to be radius 1. So there's 1, 2, again difficult enough to see off it, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, there's 14, there's a heap of them. Let's go to back to SolidWorks. Oh yeah, let's just check what the chamfer was as well. Where is it? Here. So 3, so that's 3 mil by 45 degrees all around by 2. So again, in some manufacturing drawings, engineering drawings, you won't see the chamfer. It's just like if that part was huge and there was loads of dimensions here, there and everywhere, just to keep things tidy, some drawings will have gotten rid of the chamfer, but that 45 indicates it's 3 mil across, 3 mil down, and it's 45 degrees, and then it's all around, so it means it's all around that edge wherever it's pointing to. So it's all around that top edge, and by 2 means that it's all around this bottom edge as well. So I'm gonna put on, what will I put on first? I'll put on the chamfer first because it's easier. Chamfer, I want 3 mil and it's by 45. So again, I just need to click all these top edges. So click, that's all the top ones. Let's just spin it around and click all these bottom ones. Again, if in doubt, manipulate the part so that you can see it clearly. And if that yellow isn't coming up for you, just come across here and click full preview. Partial preview won't show it, no preview, so you want this, and that's it. So that's all the chamfers. Now let's get into the fillets. So fillet, and I don't want 10, I want 1. So I'm just coming across here to the feature tree, so parameters, or setting the parameters. So I want 1, and this is highlighted then. So items to fillet, I want to fillet this edge, I want to fillet this edge. I'm going to go around it to try and keep it, there's a lot in it, so manipulate it this way. This edge, this top edge, so that's all those. I'm just going to spin it around slightly again. I want this edge, this inside, this inside, this one, this one. I'm going to spin it around again. There's a lot in this now, it's getting kind of difficult to see. So if it is getting difficult to see like that, this might be a time that you don't want the full preview. So again, partial preview will just select, it leaves them dashed. If I go no preview, it just gets rid, it leaves on. So that's slightly easier. So again, just keep clicking, keep on clicking, and here, and here. So I can just click that again if I want to. Just click OK. I think that's everything. Just go back to the sketch. So yeah, that's all my fillets. Yeah. Okay, so that's just, are them 2 on it? Let's just check. Well, I can see them on that they are, and yeah, I can see here that they are as well. Yeah, 2 of them are on it. Okay, that's it. That's that part completed. So again, just for the revolve, it's drawn. You'd be drawing half of it. You'd be drawing half of you'd be drawing half the sketch, and then you'd be revolving it around an origin. And again, for these, then you'll draw 1 and pattern it. And just to remember this, skip instances. Just to quickly show it again. This fella, if you need to skip. Hint, hint. So I need to check how long this is, because if it goes too long, I won't be able to upload it, and I don't want to have to do it again. So just a second. I think I'm okay to 2 gigs. So yeah, we'll put the second one in this video as well. So that's the first one. There's nothing else in that. Anything to watch out for? No, that's everything in that. Okay, this fella. So I'll just go back to this and save it. I don't need to save it, I've drawn already. So you'll be saving it. Don't save, so let's go back to this fella. Okay, let's just draw it. I'm gonna draw this. I'm using shared sketch, so I'm gonna draw one view looking in this direction, because that's the view I need to draw. That's the sketch I need to draw to be able to perform, to be able to create this part in using one sketch. So yeah, I'm gonna start with, so for me, I'm gonna start with here as the origin. I'm gonna draw these 2 circles, and I'm gonna draw this section here. Draw this. I would like to draw that. Yeah, listen, let's just get into it. And again, we'll perform these slots after. So the holes, circles, do I have a dimension for them? This one is 36, this inside one is 30, and the dimension from the center of it to the bottom of this is 45. So let's just start with those bits. Again, I know I might go a bit slightly fast for these, but you can pause and play me as you wish. So I'm going into new sketch, start on the front plane, and I'm going to draw my circles which I've actually forgotten already what dimensions there, but I have the sheet in front of me, so it's grand. 36, and that's not come up right, so we're through a circle here, and that's 18. So I'm just going to dimension them. That's going to be 36, and this lead is going to be 18. So that's that bit. Could I use that's okay then. I'm going to use a center rectangle, so let's just draw that like that, and the dimension is from the bottom of it to the center is 45. What's next? So I should just lock that to make sure it's create that relation. So click the center point, click the origin, and click vertical. Now again, if you wanted to draw those as lines, if you wanted to draw those if you wanted to draw them all as lines, that's perfectly fine as well. But so long as the sketch is fully defined when you're finished, now again this is obviously underdefined, I'm not finished, but so long as the sketch is fully defined when you're finished, that'll be okay. And also, don't use that fixed, where are we? Don't use this. It'll get you in trouble if you keep, like, it'll make your sketch fully defined, but it'll cause clashes and it'll cause errors down the line if two instances clash. And the weight, a lot of the marks in for the patrons will be going for the weight, and if there's even slight discrepancies in the sketch, it'll throw off the weight. And a lot of the time the reason they happen is because either the sketch isn't fully defined, if the sketch is left underdefined, or if it's only been defined using the fixed constraints. So again, fixed constraints, don't use them, stay away from them. So rent over 12. So the height of the rectangle is 12 and the width is 80. So let's put those on it. Dimensions, yeah. So that's 12 and this is 80. So that's that section. Now I'm going to draw this little step here, and I'm also going to draw this. So this is I'll just draw the one. I'll draw this 20. So this is 20. And the line didn't come up for me, so I'm going to try it again. Line, 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 line. Select. I should have drawn a construction line would be very useful here to make that, to use that symmetric relation. So let's do it. Center line from, I start at the top of that circle and just pull it all the way down. Just leave it there. And I want to select, so left click that line, that's not clicked it. So click that line, click the center line, and click the line on the right, and symmetric. The thickness of it was 20, or the width. That was 20, and I don't know what the height was. I'm going to check the drawing in front of me. So the height is 3. Here to here is 3. And I don't need, just to go back again, the two of these are the same width, so I don't need that line. So I'm going to delete it off it. I'll put the trim, and that's that trimmed. So I'm still fully defined. So what am I left with? What do I need? The last thing I need to put in is this little rib here between the center circles and the base. So let's put it on. It's 12. Again, just going to use my lines. So let's snap that dreaded tangent constraint again. I'll delete it off it after. If I start from the the rectangle up, that won't happen. So this, trace up, coincident is fine, tangent, remove, click it, delete it, click the line again, just left click it, and then come across here, click vertical. Let's just pull it in a bit. So I want these two lines to be symmetric about the origin, so I just left click, drag the box across the three of them, select it all. I think I deselected it there, so just drag the box, you'll see they're all selected and symmetric, and distance is 12. So again, just for the dimensions, keep your dimensions tidy. Keep that, like, that's, you don't want that out here. You don't want these lines, minimize. Again, I'm just gonna move in this center point, just in out of the way. I'm gonna actually snap it to this because I don't need it outside it, just to tidy up everything. So let's just quickly whip around it and tidy it. So again, minimize, keep the crossing of the dimension lines to a minimum where possible. So to do that, just pull that into the center. That's fine in there. Keep the big ones outside. That 3 is fine. This 12 is fine, and this 45 is fine as well. So fully defined. Let's just quick glance. Yeah, no, that's fine. This, okay. So that's it. So let's extrude the bottom first. So exit sketch, and the bottom. So this section here is 46. So again, just check your drawing for that. That's 46. So I'm going to use the mid plane again, the mid plane extruded boss for this. So click extruded boss base. Select that contour. If it isn't automatically selecting, you just need to be. You need to keep coming in here and check it and change it. Like sometimes this thin feature will come on automatically, assumes for some reason you wanted to do this. Just deselect it, come in here. If that hasn't been selected, like if I'd come in here and let's just see, let's X out of that, extrude a boss base, nothing has happened. So if this wasn't available to me to select this contour, if it was in here for some reason, if it was in thin features and I clicked this line and this had come on, I'm just going around in circles. Anyway, just keep an eye here on the left. If thin features comes on, just deselect it and come in here, select the contours and pick the contours you want to extrude. We want 46, but we want mid plane. So again, the mid plane, you need to you'll know to select. It might be for some parts you'll need the blind extrusion, so you need blind here. For some of them mid plane. It varies from part to part. I know for this one that I need mid plane because this is 46, and you can see here that there's gaps front and back. So this is in the center. Again, probably not overly clear, but it's in the center of it. So 46, and then I can extrude. If I extrude this 46 mid plane, I can do the same for both of these. So that's the first one done. Almost. Mid plane. Perfect. Now, sketch is gone. So SolidWorks assumes that you only want to use a sketch once. So when you've used a sketch, it hides it, because if you had multiple sketches on at the same time using. So again, just go into extruded boss, right click on the sketch, glasses, and now that sketch is active, so I can use it again. So let's work our way up. This is 36 and this is 50. So sketch is active, extruded boss base. Now it'll do it for me, I'd say, will it? No, it won't. I thought it might come up that thin features again, but again it's done it correctly this time. So I don't want that, I want 36. And I want mid plane. So that's that section there. It is all of it, isn't it? Now, why is it doing that? If I just hit spacebar there and click normal to. So that's not doing what I wanted to do. It has. It's selected that line, and it's, oh yeah, look, the classic thin feature. So get rid of it, delete it off it, delete that contour off it, and come in here and select. Now it's right. So again, I'm glad that happened so that I could show you. Just be careful, watch, keep an eye here on the left. So that's perfect there, 36 mid plane. Click OK to that. I just want to click this now again just for a second. Yeah, we're fine. So I still need that active, so I need 50. This has been extruded 50. Again, mid plane. So extruded boss. I click this outside edge. Don't want all that, so if I just delete that off it, and I click this. So just to go back through that again. Extruded boss base. When I click that outside edge, it assumes I want all that inside. I don't. So if I click in here, I can deselect this. If I click into the selected contours, I can either deselect this, or if I delete both, I can just select this region. And again, I want 50 mid plane. Perfect. So I think that's basically everything I need for that much of it. 50, that's 50, 46, 36. So all I've left is the slots. So now that I'm finished with that sketch, be sure and just turn it off with the glasses. You don't need it, turn it off. So the slots, there's two ways of doing the slots. You can, if you want, just to briefly touch on it, you just click sketch, and you can go in, click sketch, and we want to sketch on this face because that's where the slots are going through. You can come in here and use your slots, create them like that. Let's use it. Let's use it for one, and for the other side, I'll just show you both, and I'll talk about them after. So just deleting that sketch for a second. So let's go sketch here, hit spacebar and normal to, normal to, and slot. So there's loads of different slot types. This is the one that I want. I want a straight slot. I don't know what this one is. Center point, straight slot. So I'm just going to go with straight slot. Just click it here anywhere. Drag it roughly to the side you want, and just click OK or whatever. So the dimensions for it are it's diameter 10, and it's 13 from this edge to the center point, and it's 20 overall. So back in, just draw the dimensions on it. So it's 13 to the center point. It's 10 overall, and it's 20. What am I missing? It's not fully defined. I need left to right as well. So it's 54 about the origin, or about the center line of the part. So the distance from, if I click this line, click the point and pull it, it won't do it for me. So just to show you, if I have a center line there, so let's put a center line in it. Let's just put a center line about the origin there. And if I click dimension, center line of the slot, again I know I'm going fast, you can pause it if you need. Click the center line, click that line, and then pull it across. It still doesn't do it. Anyway, we'll just have to split that dimension. So it's 54. The dimension between, I was trying to point at the screen there. The dimension between this, between the center of this slot and the center of this is 54. So it's divided by 2. is 27. So let's just put that on it, and now I'm fully defined. So again, if I wanted to keep this as efficient as possible, I do both of them. I do the 2 slots either in the sketch or the 2 slots using the feature. But for this, I'm showing you both, so I'm just going to do one of each. But again, in an exam situation or for the continuous assessments, you'll be drawing both here. And really what you'll be doing for this one perhaps would be draw one and mirror it, rather than having to draw them twice. So that's fully defined. Exit sketch. Features, extruded cut. This is the face I want to use, and it's gone into draw another sketch. So again, I need to click a line. I need to click a line on this slot when I'm doing it. So main features, extruded cut. Click an edge of the slot, and just change that to through all. So you'll see it's gone through to this bottom edge. What I could also use, if there was something else there, perhaps I could change this to up to next, and it'll just come to the bottom of that edge. So click OK. Now let's use the other way. Let's use the feature. So where am I? Let's use the feature. Hole wizard. So again, this is recent. These inside in hole wizard. So in hole wizard there is slots. There's whole types of slots. This is only recent enough. In the last, I think it was 2014, SolidWorks that came in. So these are the slots here. And this. So let's use them. We want a 10mm slot. So if I click here, I want drill sizes, ISO, so that's just going to be my metric. So ISO standard drill sizes, this will give me 20. My slot length, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it at 20 for now, but we'll come to it in a second. So that's 20. I want to go on through all or up to next, which will do the same as this. Now I click into positions. So for positions, I'm just going to click on that face, that top face, and you'll see it brings it automatically in. Now don't worry about the orientation of that at the moment. I know it's wrong for what we want, so let's just click it on there, and I just need one. I don't need 2 of them on it, so just right click, and I don't need to click select. I'm going into dimensions now, so actually do click select first. Hit spacebar and click normal 2, and now this, let's orientate it to the direction I want it to first. So again, you can just pull that and drag it around. So let's just turn it slightly, roughly to what I want, and I want it to be dead straight, so let's just make it vertical. So click that center line and click vertical. Let's dimension it. Not a circle, dimension. So the dimension from here to the origin is 27. The dimension of the slot is already in from when I put it in the type, so that's already 10. Now this 20 is going from outside to outside, so it's the overall length of the slot. If I just quickly go back here, the dimension given on the sketch is 20, but it's center to center, so I need to add these sections here. So I need to add the diameter, so it's going to be the radius top and the radius bottom, so I just need to add the diameter of the slot. I hope I'm making that clear enough there. It's just, again, it's center to center here. It's not including these half circles, so I need to add that 10, the diameter of it, so it's going to be 30. Also, this 13 is to the center point of that circle at the end of the slot, so I need to take away the radius of this from it when I'm going to the outside edge. So can I do both? I won't. I'll just do it here. So this is 20. I need to change this to 30. So it's center to center plus the diameter of it, so it's 20 plus 10. So that's that. And again, for the dimensions of it, I need to click OK to that. 20 plus 10. Hit enter, or click the green tick. Why won't you do it? For some reason it doesn't want to. No, it doesn't want to do the maths. So click the 20 and just put in 30. Just click out here, and let's go to smart dimension, and from that point to that edge, from that point to that edge is 13. Hopefully this will do it. Minus 5. What is... I don't know why that's not doing it there now, lads, but let's just put it in. 30 minus 5 is 8. So that's that there. Again, the slot feature is putting it from outside to outside. Just be careful. Sometimes in the drawings it'll give the dimensions from outside to outside. Other times it won't. So just double checking them to make sure you're doing the right one. And again, if we were doing this, we do both slots using the one. We'd either use both slots, put both slots in doing the sketch, or put both slots in using the whole feature or the whole wizard. So click OK to that. No, that's it. That's that part done. There's no chamfers or fillets on it. So that's it completed. The one thing I will say is, if you can use the whole wizard for them, I find it slightly easier. Well, again, I suppose if it's given the dimensions from center to center, it mightn't be, but it's just to keep, it's for clarity. If that ever pops up, do it. Inside, do it on the day, just in case. If anything crashes or anything, save it regularly. Save your parts regularly. There'd be nothing worse than being inside in an exam, or after spending an hour making a part and the whole thing to crash, which does happen from time to time. Save regularly. So yeah, where was it? Back to this, just for clarity of the feature tree. If you can use the whole wizard, do it, because you'll see here, if I was just to look at that, I know straight away that this part here is a feature. It's the slot, because it's telling me it is. So it's handy. It's handy that it comes up like that. So again, that's just two ways of doing it. When you're doing it, if you're using it in the exam or the continuous assessment, don't put them in as two separate ones. Do them both. Use them both either as extruded cuts or both as slot features. Don't use them separately. Again, I think I've said it enough. I'm just covering the two of them just for the sake of the video. So that's the two of them. Yeah, that's the two of them done. I'll leave it at that, and I might do another one just to show you how to go through some of the basic stuff with the views. Listen, I see I'll stop talking. Okay, hope that helps, and talk to you next time.